All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for May 15th. So, we got a bunch of interesting changes, some class changes as usual, then some life skill things that are going to be changing. So, yeah, with that said, Global Labs, if you have no idea, are basically notes from the test server, and they go to the live servers the following week. So it's always good to see what's happening a few days in advance. If you want to read this is translated from Korean to English. I'll try to make it make sense, but if you want to read it yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, let's get started, and let's see what character changes are happening today. Maehwa. Oh boy. I always... Okay, so Maehwa is the class that does not get buffs. They got one, a couple weeks ago, but that was a whole lot of nothing. And so maybe this time, Take Two will actually make Maehwa good for the first time in like 7 years. So anyway, with that said, let's see. Adjustments since last update. While the goal was to balance her role as a melee damage dealer, and with her assassination abilities for situational versatility, she is currently performing below expectations in both areas. Okay, so before I read anything, let me tell you what the problem is with Maehwa. Here's how other classes deal with Maehwa. You make them run out of stamina, and then you just grab them and 100 to 0 them. That is the problem. Damage itself, it could be better, but I mean, the biggest issue with Maehwa is just, they're not really protected, and then once they're out of stamina, it's over. So let's see what they do to fix that. Okay, so invincibility frames rather than engaging combat. Okay, following the status effects, additionally, enhanced assassination traits will be made so that Maehwa's awakening survivability is better demonstrated from invincibility. Okay, to address this, we're learning further into the role. Air attack, down smashes have been removed to prevent long skill combos. Furthermore, to better fit her improved assassination kit, her survivability has been adjusted. If I don't see any stamina changes, I'm convinced Perlevis does not know what the problem is. I've talked to a lot of Maehwas. People like content creators like Vert used to play a Maehwa, and then he's talked about it a lot as well. The reuse cooldown has been removed accordingly, has been changed. Combo that can be performed by holding left after dragon scales have been removed. No more health recovery. No more floating. That seems like a lot of bads for a few goods. Let's see. Change so it cannot be linked. So this is an individual skill, not a thing that can flow better. And you can put it in the skill slot. So in theory, this should be a faster ability. Like you press a button and you don't need to chain it with the flow is obviously a chain, but you can now just hotbar it and skip the main and just go right into the flow. Whether that's a good thing or not, I have no idea, but it's faster. Recovery has been changed from 150 to 300. Sure. Cannot be used during the reuse cooldown. That does not seem like a good thing. Sleet steps. Super armor to invincibility. Huge. Cooldown from 5 to 3. Very huge. Any class that has a cooldown reduction is amazing. It's only really noticeable when someone knows how to play their class, because you can fit in a full combo and have this flow better. So, cooldown reductions are probably the best things you can add to classes. Stamina consumption, 150 to 200. This should be going from 150 to 100. Not increasing it, decreasing stamina cost will actually fixes a lot of the problems. I know this is a very strong ability, especially going into invincibility and having a cooldown reduction, but some classes just straight up can outplay this one. It doesn't matter. 10% attack speed increase for 10 seconds has been removed. Transferred to different skills. Not activated when in main weapon. Oh dear. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, these two lines are very good. Stamina increase is not good. Removing the attack speed. I mean, like, this is not good, but it can be fixed with, like, add-ons or just, you know, changing it to another skill. So it's not really a big deal, but it doesn't feel good, if that makes sense. So overall, I don't know. Let me hear what the, like, 4 Maehwas still playing the class are. Okay. Cooldown change from 4 to 5 seconds. That's a nerf. But maybe it's better. Added 10% attack speed. Good. Changes have been made so that stamina is not restored while using skills. Oh, dear, dude. They don't know. Prolibus does not know the problem. Movement speed reduction has been, upon successful hit, has been removed. Moving invincibility to super armor. What is happening, dude? Okay. Stun effect upon successful hit has been removed and super armor has been added while using the skill. That's actually probably a good change. Air attack has been... Air and down attacks have been added. Probably a good thing. Cannot be used during cooldown. I think all skills should not be used during cooldown across the board for every single class, but here we are. Cooldown has been changed from 5 to 8 seconds. This one, I can actually see it being a reasonable change, even though that's a +3, which is not good. But because it has an air and a down, which... How does that even work? I don't know Maehwa enough to know how you can do an air and a down. Those are like the two opposite CC effects, but okay. Cooldown from 3 to 5. Attack speed. Red Moon is probably one of the biggest damaging abilities. Let's see. PvP damage changed from 70% to 40%. That seems like a big nerf, actually. What in the world? Down smash has been removed. What in the... Dude, after reading these, I am convinced that Maehwa is even worse than it was before. And it did, like, here's the thing. Stamina issues are the biggest thing for Maehwa because, you know, those are Musa and Maehwa. They're classes known to be very mobile and fast classes. But then, you know, when you're out of stamina, you just get grabbed, CC'd, and then they're raising the cooldowns of everything. Damage got nerfed. Cooldowns are up. Some of them are kind of reasonable. They have more CCs. So I think the playstyle for Maehwa, I don't know what PA is seeing in this, but it's just like, go in, do a CC, get out. You are no longer an assassin. You are a CC bot. That's it. Oh boy, dude. Maehwa, maybe someone who's an expert can tell me, but that's just how I feel. Kuno. My experience with Kuno is when I'm fighting them in AOS, they are very strong. And I remember when Kunos used to be considered one of the, like, below average classes. Now they are at the top, at least for PvP, that is. The damage of Kuno, Succession, Super Armors, and CCs has been nerfed as they previously carried high damage. Anyone who's ever AOS'd against a Kuno, even with equal gear, they do a lot of damage. Change from Super Armor to Forward Guard. You know, that actually makes sense. Okay, deserved. Super Armor has been added while using the skill. Knockback has been hitting to only apply to monsters. Ooh, that's a pretty... I don't know if that's a good one, though. That seems good, but I don't know. Health effect recovery has been removed. Additional strike has been changed to no longer track enemies in the direction it's facing. HP recovery almost basically doubled. Okay. Changed so that stamina is not recovered throughout the entire action. Yeah, deserved. Damage. Fat nerfs across the board, except for these two. And, well, actually, like, some of the big ones are... Some got nerfed. Flows, I believe these are flows, and got increased. Kuno deserved a nerf. Any PvPer will tell you that. In my opinion, I do agree. I think these are all reasonable changes, and we'll see how it plays out next week. Succession Mystic has been modified to allow for a more aggressive gameplay, the core mechanic of Succession Mystic. Okay, so here's the thing. If you've never played Mystic before, Awakening is for AoEs, you know, blue dragon flying across the screen, hitting everything. Succession Mystic, very good for single target. And, I mean, obviously they both have AoEs, but Awakening blue, Succession yellow, green. And one is more AoE heavy, one is more single target heavy. So we're talking about Succession. Air and down attacks have been removed on successful final hit. I feel like this should be for PvP only, because no, actually no. This might be better if it's not for both PvE and PvP, just for a single thing. Then yeah, if this was for both of them, this is definitely affecting one negatively and one positively. So if you're a PvPer, this might be not a good thing. PvE, I don't know. I don't play Succession enough. I just like Dragon. Super armor has been added. Good. Stun effect and the knockdown effect on final hit has been removed. A stun, knockdown, removed while it gets super armor. I think that's a fair trade. Change that cannot be reused during cooldown. HP recovery, frontal guard, and down smash has been removed. I think this is a good change. This is a forward guard, like, punch attack. So, you know, a flow would be a down smash, not the... Well, I think that might be it. Air attack is only on the second hit. Down smash has been removed. Reused. Cooldown from 3 to 5. PvP for this ability has been buffed. I think overall, this was a good change. Succession Mystic in particular got buffed, and that's good. Guardian. Strengthened to absorb incoming damage and suppressing CCs. However, single target has been enhanced. Was there a problem with Guardian? Guardians are pretty strong. They're like, here's the thing. My experience in AOS is they are slow in terms of like your ability cast time takes so long. But if you can down attack someone as a Guardian, you basically 100 to 0 them. It's pretty strong. However, they are slow. That's the trade-off. So I'm not really sure what the problem is. Succession. Minus 20 reduction in all attack for 10 seconds. So they removed your defensive and changed it to a debuff for the enemies. Damage reduction while in super armor from 30 to 50. Hey, Guardian is becoming what Warrior is now. You basically absorb everything. I don't know about other classes, but as a Dark Knight, well, I struggle to fight warriors just because their Q block is so strong. It's crazy. I think that's what they want Guardian to be now, without the shield, or I mean, just tanking things. Skills defense has been changed from forward guard to super armor. Launch effect for PvE. Increased damage for PvP. Forward guard to super armor during usage. Forward guard to super armor while using the skill. Ability time to chain. Your flows and everything has been increased. Camera direction. Rotating camera. Cool. Changes have been skills that are not linked with it can be linked, or flowing as they call it. Flowing with other abilities. Basically, it's very hard to CC Guardians now. Like, if you try, you have to catch them unprotected. Otherwise, they have like straight up super armors for everything. All right, so that was a interesting character change. I think Guardian got a buff. Mystic got a buff. Kuno got a bit of a nerf, but deserved. They still don't know what to do with Maehwa, and 2 patches in 2 months and nothing changed. Bartering. Let's go into life skills and see what's happening. Allow players to use 3 trade routes even if they have never bartered before, making it easier to accumulate the bartered number of exchanges. Oh, they're making bartering easier to get into. I think that's a good thing. Like, I hear from a lot of people that they want to get into selling and bartering, but the cost of buying a Carrack is very expensive. Then you have to get the gear, which takes a lot of time. It's basically like if you just want to barter, you have to buy the boat, right? That's 50 billion. And then, I mean, I don't think it's too hard to get a boat from self-crafting and doing the quest, but it still takes at least a week, maybe 2 weeks to get it, which is not bad these days compared to it used to take people a month of everyday grinding. So it's not that bad, but I'm glad they're making it easier for people to get into. So maybe in a year from now, they're just going to give Carracks away to everyone for free, like they do for everything. So anyway, it's a good change. Let's see. The trade routes for different spots have been reduced. I think this is good. Yeah, so I mean, so here's how it works. If you've never bartered before, you unlock different Margoria trade routes. So, like, based on how many times you've bartered, you can unlock a barter, change in the ocean. If you know the rotation, let me see if I can show it to you in game. It makes it easier. Okay, hold on. Okay, so when you're out in the ocean, you see these. If you don't have a lot of barters, these are not there. As you unlock more barters, these become available. And so I believe you just start off with like here, and then you go in a full like counterclockwise from that way. And so that's basically what you unlock with more barters. All right, next. No longer exchange certain trade goods. New additions. There is no way they're now asking for ingots when everyone is going for alchemy stones these days and require ingots. Admittedly, it's not that much per week, every 5 days, for people enhancing their alchemy stones. But like when you multiply that by all the players in the game, I feel like ingots are, gonna be on high demand. Feathers, probably something that deserve to be in here. Hides allow for more people to start gathering and tanning nowadays. Everything else looks like it's already been there. Deleted the non-use tanning skins to make it leather, and upgraded ones probably fine. So they reduced the number of current materials required to barter. That's good. Crow coin requirement quantity, sure. Crow coin shop. You can no longer exchange coins from Monos accessories. That's probably fair. Wavestone boxes, Vel's crystal powder box, Capris, Cronstone, and memory fragments have been reduced in price, and you can do it more times. That's probably good, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's about time they got rid of the Monos, because those are a little bit outdated with pre-owned nowadays, but it's fine. I still need to get the red crystal from Rust's grinding and Lecratrons, but man, have I not wanted to go bartering in a while and sea monster hunting. New quests, ocean stuff, cool. World boss, Quint and Muraka changes. Let's see. Basically, for the past few years, no one has killed this boss. Not because it's not killable, it's just the rewards are terrible. They should change that, and that's what I think they're doing. So let's see if it's now worth doing. All right, so change the mechanics for more natural flows. Let's see. Rewards for damage output during the bosses. I think this is kind of the equivalent of like all the other bosses, like Garmoth and other world bosses. So I think they're just kind of equalizing it to be similar to that one. Whether that's good or not, I have no idea. It's better than before. Muraka rewards, same thing. If you're getting iridescence, those are pretty big. Hitting a 3 billion silver jackpot, it's always nice. Hunting UI change. Let's see. The animal icon has been changed to another icon. Great. Arena of Solare. Boy, do I have so many things I want to say about AOS, but they're probably not even related to this. But let's see. Semi-transparent UI to avoid too much attention. Okay. Ally class icons along the edge of the screen. Oh, like where your teammates are? That's probably good. The amount of times in AOS, one, if you're not at the high rank, people don't even go into comms or voice chat, which, you know, for better or worse. Here, however, what my experience is people just kind of like, they just want to frag out and they don't play as a team in a 3v3 team situation. And so, like, I would get a CC and call it out. My teammates are on the other side of the map. I'm like, we were just in a group a second ago, and they're across the map with full health. I'm like, you did not V it? Why are you even there? What are you doing? Like, I don't even understand. I think, okay, this is just going to go off on a rant a little bit, but you know how they give weekly rewards for AOS for people to do it, right? I think those rewards should be toned down, or like, the rewards are very good. However, I think people should be able to earn them in unranked. That way we leave rank for the people who care about the game, and not like, it's my first day playing the game, I'm jumping into ranked, and you could definitely see a skill gap. I think the rewards, don't change it, but keep them the same. Just allow people to earn them in unranked as well, and then leave rank for the people who actually enjoy PvPing. And so everyone wins in a way. It would be a lot better. Anyway, okay, so let's see. Revisions and changes. Text on the give up button at the Altar of Blood has been changed to retry. Okay. Fixed an issue where Jordine would not take damage at a specific location while performing a gimmick during Altar of Blood stage 21. Got it. A lot of AOB changes, which I think is a good thing, because AOB has been one of the buggiest things I've ever done since the second release of it. Third Vision, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. So all of these are bosses. Fix an issue. Wait, hold on. Players were not taking damage at a specific locations outside. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. Fix an issue where awkward shape appeared instead of a treasure chest when claiming the reward after acquiring gold and silver from the Golden Pig Cave. Can't you only claim the rewards once the cave closes? As long as the cave opens, you can keep cycling through it, and then you get the number of rewards once the cave closes. I figured that's how it worked. Displaying the current status after maintenance. Weird. Okay. All of these are, not really as important. Sap could not be collected from Capris trees. Oh. Oh. That's a pretty big one, actually. Anyway, that's the patch notes for this week. I am concerned for Maehwas in this game going forward because Perlibus doesn't know how to fix it, even though literally everyone except Perlibus knows what the problem is. Ask anyone. Ask anyone that's played Maehwa for even a month. What is this? Anyway, all the other classes I think are very fair changes. Happy to see those. And that's about it. With that said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. All these changes are coming out next week, so whether that was good or not for you, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm out. See ya.